Hello everyone, my name is Mudra Enoch and we are going to revise MA110 under functions. And then the first question they are saying, show that the functions g of x and f of x are inverse of each other. So one thing that you should know about the inverses of the function is that the g of x should be equal to what? F of g of x should equal to what? To x. So you have to know this, it's very important. So when you find g of f of x, which is giving you x, it means that those two functions that are given are what? Are inverse of each other. So we start. So we're going to find g of f of x, which is equivalent to g open brackets f of x. So that is, so you're going to get the function of what? G, and then where there is x, you're going to replace it with the function of f of x. So the function for g, that is cube root of where there is x, you're going to replace it with the function of f of x, that is x cubed minus 1 plus what? Plus 1. So from there we're going to simplify, that is cube root of x like that. So when you add negative 1 plus 1, you're going to get the 0, so that one will cancel, then you're going to remain with the x. So from there you have calculated g of f of x. So we have to find now the f of g of x, which is equivalent to f open brackets g of x. So that simply means that you are going to get the function of what? F, and then where there is x, you replace it with the function of what? G of x. So the function of f, that is x cubed. Now where there is x, we are going to replace it with the function of what? G. So that is cube root of x plus 1. Don't forget that cube, which is there. So minus 1. So it means that what you are going to obtain, that is x plus 1. That simply means that to simplify this cube root, it's more like you are writing 1 over 3 multiplied by what? 3 minus 1. So that one will cancel with that one. You're going to remain with x plus 1 minus what? 1. So when you add positive 1 minus 1, you're going to remain with the x. So we have seen to say that the g of the f of g of x and g of f of x, they're also giving what? X. Even that one is giving what? X. So that simply means that two functions are inverse of each other. So therefore you're going to write, therefore since g of f of x is equals to f of g of x, since g of f of x is equals to f of g of x, then both functions are inverse of each other. Now there is another way that you can also use to show that two functions are inverse of each other. So the other way or the other method is that what you are going to do is that get one of these two functions and then decide which one are you going to find the inverse. So I'm going to get that one, and then I say let g of x is equals to y, and then I should find the inverse of that. So that is y is equals to cube root of x plus 1 square root, so that is y. So to kill that cube, what you're going to do is that introduce a cube to the both sides. So they are going to have y cube is equals to, so that cube is going to cancel with that one. We're going to remain with x plus 1, and then from there make x the subject of the formula. So this one is going to cross the equal sign and to become y cube minus 1 is equals to what? To x. Therefore the inverse of g of x is equals to x cube minus 1. Now if you look carefully, this inverse of g of x is similar to the function of what? F of x. So it means that since they are similar, it means that both functions are what? Are inverse of each other. So therefore, since f of x is equals to the inverse of g of x, then both functions are what? Are inverse of each other. So both solutions are correct, so it's up to you to choose depending on which your lecturer uses to solve the same questions for functions. So please don't forget to share, also subscribe. So we proceed to the next part of functions. So the second part, they are saying confirm if the following functions are what? 1 to 1. So one thing that you should bear in mind under 1 to 1 function is that f of what? Of a should be equal to f of what? Of b. So from there, what you are going to do is that you're going to get, let's start with a. So solutions for a. So where there is x, you're going to replace it with what? With a. So that is a minus 2 over what? Over a plus 1 is equals to, should be equal to the function of f of b. So meaning where there is x, I'm going to replace it with what? With b. That is b minus 2 over b plus 1. So you cross multiply there. That is, this one is going to be multiplied with the denominator there, and then the denominator that side should be multiplied with that one. So that is a minus 2 should be multiplied with b plus 1 is equals to b minus 2, which should be multiplied with what? With a plus 1, like that. So when you multiply, that is a times b, that is ab. So a times 1, that is positive a. So negative 2 times b, that is negative 2b, and then negative 2 times positive 1, that is negative 2, is equals to, that is b times what? Times a, that is ab. And then from there also this same b should be multiplied with what? With 1. So b times positive 1, that is positive b. So negative 2 times a, that is negative 2a. So negative 2 times what? Times 1, that is we're going to obtain negative 2. So from there what you're going to do is that is just the issue of collection of like terms. So so that is AB. So this is positive AB, and it comes this side to become negative AB, and then this is positive what? Positive A. So positive A, this side there is no positive A, so it's going to be plus A, and then there that is negative 2B. So I'm going to bring that one to this side, so that is to become positive 2A. Okay, it's fine like that. So it was supposed to be, this one was supposed to be here, but it's fine. So that is negative 2 is equals to what? There you are remaining with b, and then minus what? Minus 2. So this one cancel with that one, and then also from there, and then also this positive negative 2 is going to cancel with that one. The reason is very simple. When I bring that value negative 2 to this side to become positive, and then from there what I'm going to do is that this is 2, this is a plus 2a is equals to, this is b, then this one will come to this side, that is positive what? Positive 2b. So when I add, I'm going to get 3a is equals to what? 3b. So when I divide by 3, also there by 3, I'm going to cancel. So I'm going to remain with a is equals to what? To a. So I'm going to write, since f of a is equals to f of b, the function is 1, 2, 1. So that is a possible solution for a, and then we proceed to b. We proceed to b, where they are saying we prove that is f of x is equals to x squared plus 3. So I said f of a is equals to f of b. Whenever you are finding the function which is 1 to 1, make sure f of a is equals to f of b. So the place where there is x with a, that is a square plus 3 is equals to what? B square plus 3. From there what you are going to do is that when you bring that positive 3 this side, it's going to be positive 3. This will be negative 3 is equals to what? B square. So this one will cancel to give you 0. So you're going to remain with a square is equals to what? B square. So from there, if you introduce the square root to the both sides, so positive or negative, so that one cancels. You're going to remain with a is equals to positive or negative b. So the rule is that f of a and f of what? B should be equal to what? To a is equals to b only. Now if you see clear there is positive or negative, so it means that since f of a is not equal to what? F of b, the function is not 1 to 1. So these are the possible solutions. So please don't forget to subscribe, also like the video and share. So we move on to the next question. So the third question, they are saying, show that the function f defined by f of x is equals to 2a. X is the member of or real number is a bijection on real numbers or on to that one that is given. So what you should understand is that when they say bijection, there are two things. There is what we call injective and what? Surjective. So when they say injective, it means that they are telling you to prove 1 to 1, where a is equals to what? F of b. So that is 1 to 1 for injective. And then surjective, to find what? The inverse. You find the inverse. That is what you should do, bear in mind. So we are going to start with what? Injective of the same function that is given, f of x is equals to 2x over x minus 1. So from there we are going to replace, since injective, that is f of h would be equal to what? F of b. So meaning that there is what? X, we are going to replace it with a over a minus 1 is equals to what? 2b over b minus 1. So from there we just cross multiply, that is 2a b minus 1 is equals to 2b open brackets a minus 1. So from there divide by 2 just to reduce the numbers, it cancels. So we are going to have a times b, that is ab, and then a times negative that is negative a. So that is b times that, you are going to obtain a b minus b. So from there what you are going to do is this. So when you correct like terms, you find out to say ab, that one will become negative when it comes to this side. Then this one, when it comes to this side, to become positive, a minus b. So that one will go. And then what you are going to do is this. This one, this is negative b, it's going to come this side, that is b is equals to a. So a is equals to the same as when you write a is equals to b. So this is what? This is injective. So from there you go to what? Surjective, where you find it